What is good, everybody? Hope y'all good. Hope y'all chilling as usual. Cousin Swank coming to chop it up with y'all. You know, I always try to get y'all some matches and give y'all some feedback after, you feel me? So I want to ask y'all a question of the day. How are y'all feeling about the game? How are y'all feeling about the game? As we talk about this, I'm gonna have some matches in the background for y'all that I got from the stream at twitch.tv/SWKYJEE Swanky G. Come holla at me and like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think. How are y'all feel about the game at the moment? I'm still having fun. I'm having amazing fun, and I just wanted to tell y'all, if y'all having fun with the game, don't nobody tell y'all not to have fun with the game, all right? Because I am enjoying the game still. I'm still having a good time. Nothing's gonna be able to stop that. So I know I dropped that video saying save the game. Let me explain that one. So I might as well just run back to like what I've been posting. So I dropped a video called Save the Game, and if you want to know why I titled it that, it was because I recorded that video like 2 weeks prior to uploading it because I didn't know if I wanted to upload it, and I honestly didn't know what to title it. I didn't know what to title it because it was mainly about matchmaking and communication, but the point got across. And I know I got some comments that agreed, and I got some that didn't. And I figured I'd address these comments because some of them are weird to me. Some of them don't really make sense to me. And if you're watching this who left the comment, hopefully y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. So people agreed with me that, like, some people say there's no content in the game. Now, I don't talk about content in this game. There's a reason for that. I don't know if y'all noticed, I've never talked about content and what's in there, or I don't talk about content for this game. Reason being, I didn't do everything, so I literally can't say anything. Like, I finished story mode, but I still have secret stories to do, and I still got those little character episodes to do, and I haven't done those because, for me, they're entertaining, and it's like they're pretty much the length of a TV show. So that's my, if there's nothing on YouTube with nothing to eat, I'm gonna put on a character episode, a secret story, and run through that while I'm eating or whatever. So I haven't even finished that. I never did mission mode, so I can't really back up there's no content in this game. I understand with no ranked, there's not as much content because there's no ranked, you know. So I'm kind of just fighting. I'm just uploading matches that I can find, and, you know, always the best music and the best fights that I can give y'all as usual. Butt clinching fights. Let me know if y'all check them out. They're gonna be good. So they're gonna be some good fights. I always try to upload some good fights. Like this one in the background, these are whatever fights. These are fights to talk over, but I always try to get y'all the good fights. Back to what I was saying. I don't really complain about content because I didn't do all the content in the game. So I'm not too sure if the people who say there's no content in the game are the ones who like played all the content or not. So I can't really tell you that you're wrong or right because I haven't finished it, so I don't know. So I still have a lot to do in this game for me personally. There's a lot of character episodes I haven't done, those little episode thingies that I haven't finished. I still haven't even seen the secret ending of the 100% ending of the story, you know? So yeah, I don't really speak on content for that purpose. I did get a few comments though, because the main topic of the video was about matchmaking. In some comments, I just didn't like how they sounded, personally. So one of the comments that I saw was, I don't know what you're on, but I regularly get matches on PlayStation. Sure, I would like more communication from them, but you're overblowing it, I think. So let me talk about that one, because the main part of this is in the video. If you go back and watch the video, I am very subjective with what I said. I know I was subjective with what I said, and that's why the context is getting really exaggerated. I was saying I can't find matches, and I know that some other people can. I didn't say you can't find matches. So everybody who's telling me that they can find matches, cool, I'm alright with that. That's dope. Like, I can't tell you to, like, that you are not finding matches, but to tell me that I'm exaggerating not finding matches. If you want to tell me I'm exaggerating not finding matches, go to my streams and see how long it takes me to find one person. Because if you want me to be honest, if you pull up to my stream and I'm playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I'm more than likely talking to chat while searching for matches about anything, about, you know, life stories, about other games, about this game, you know. So you can go watch VODs on Twitch at twitch.tv/SWKYJEE. You know, I gotta throw that in there. Because most of those streams, if you want to know, the matches I upload through the week are literally from one stream. So the Aizen video I posted, the Byakuya video I posted, and these matches I posted are from one stream. But that stream was like, what, probably a 3 to 4 hour stream, that's not too many matches. Because you got to factor in that I'm playing sets. Like, you got to factor that part in. So, let me explain the matchmaking to y'all. If there is a patch and they bring up matchmaking, I think I would deserve an apology. But let me actually bring this up. If there is a new game, because this isn't a problem that's been happening recently. This is a problem that has been going on since the game released. Because people know that the matchmaking is bugged. Because some people are saying that I'm saying the game is dead. I never once, the words game is dead never came out of my mouth. Now, I did say the game could be dying, but I never said the game is dead. The game is definitely not dead. But the matchmaking is bugged. Because people take me saying I can't find matches as I can't find nobody because nobody's playing the game. That's not at all what I was saying. I was just saying that I can't find matches is what it sounds like. So for people to say that I'm exaggerating it on my end, probably, maybe I am exaggerating it. Because, you know, when I went back to one of my VODs, it took me 10 minutes to find one match. And if that's okay to y'all, oh, sure. But you got to admit that is not right. That's not right. And you also got to ask yourself, what is finding matches? Because, yes, I can find red bars that are going to be unplayable. That is a thing. Now, if you're going to say you can't find matches because I play a red bar and even if it's laggy, I'll still play through it, then I can't argue with that. Then maybe I am finding matches. But I have this question. Why is there a great connection filter or a restriction filter? And tell me, do you find matches when you set the connection to great? How often do you find matches when you set it to good? And how often do you find matches when you set it to no restriction? Because if you want my answer, I have never found a matches in great queue in my life. Even though this game hasn't even been out that long. Never found a match in great queue a single time. Good, I had a week where I was fighting people in good. But it took me about 45 minutes to find that match. And I know because I was late night gameplay where I'd be sitting here reading a book. Alright, and I read slow. I said this in the last video. I read slow. So if I set it to good, it'll take me about 45 minutes to find one person. That's me on YouTube or chilling in other people's streams or editing videos or reading a book. It'll take me about 20, 30, 40 minutes. That's not good. And then on top of that, if I'm looking for a match in no restriction, it'll take me about 10, 15, and sometimes it'll mess up and it'll sit me here for about an hour. That's no exaggeration. Like, that has happened where I would sit here for an hour. Not like sitting here waiting for a match, but I'd put it on and be like, I'm gonna go do something else, and I can't find a match. That is a thing for this game because the matchmaking is bugged. But people are telling me that I'm exaggerating matchmaking because for some reason it's okay to not want to fight bad connections, but you have to sit here for an hour or not fight anybody to find them. Like, I don't understand that part. You can say that you find matches, cool, but if you're going to say that, you got to actually say I find matches of any connection or something like that. Because if you said it's a greater good, to me, if you can't find a match filter, if you can't find a match under a specific match filter, then the game is broken or dead. I played Fighting EX Layer when it first came out. If y'all don't know, that was a fighting game that was dead on arrival in like 2018, 2017, sometime around then. One of my favorite fighting games. And it took me a year to find a match. That's no exaggeration. It took me a year because I would get off work, boot it up, and just leave it on and go do other things. Until I found out how to set the restrictions to the lowest set possible to find one person. The same person. Keep in mind, the game was dead. Don't get me wrong. But when the game first came out, there was people playing it. And there was no reason for me to not find a single person, and I have to set it to the lowest restriction to find one person. So maybe, you know what, I'm gonna just say it, maybe I am overblowing it. But here's the thing, I can overblow it and still like the game. If anything, I'm mentioning these problems because I like the game. I don't think people understand that. I'm not saying the match, like, if y'all are okay with the matchmaking being like this for the rest of the game, I don't see how y'all want that. Because I just don't see how y'all want that. But there was another comment. The next comment, I'm not going to stay on that part for too long. The next comment that I got, let me talk about this one. I'm on PS and I find matches a lot. And people keep on, my problem is the subjectivity of the people telling me that I am doing something wrong. Because everybody's saying I find matches a lot. I also said, because the argument goes my way, I said I don't find matches often. So to tell me I'm wrong for something that you're doing is just weird to me. But faster than Sparking. Let me see. I find matches a lot faster than Sparking Zero. When I want to hop on that game, it takes me at least 5 to 10 minutes. A lot of this I haven't ran into. If you want to fight good people, there are a bunch of discords. The game isn't dead at all on PlayStation. I think you're kind of dragging that point. There are also PS messages with people that play that game. There is also a way to find games quickly. I do agree that the game needs a DLC announcement with a horrible launch, but a lot of anime games with Garbo launches end up being really good at the end. Naruto Storm was Garbo at launch, and people were saying the same thing about Bleach. Hopefully they are patching the game. Okay, so he did agree with me because I was saying the game needs an announcement or something before it's too late. Like, I wasn't saying the game is like fumbling, but the game is definitely declining, and they have to make a move quick. They do have to make a move quick. I did say that, but. So if I have to go to like discords and ask people for matches, in my opinion, not saying that you're wrong for saying that, because I understand, but for me, if I have to ask people for matches, not because I want to fight them, but just because I want to fight people, I personally don't really like that. That just doesn't feel right, because that's not what the matchmaking. That's what matchmaking should be for. Now, for the people finding matches. Or is finding matches more than Sparking Zero, and it takes you 5 to 10 minutes. I still think personally, from all of my experiences of other games, I come from Tekken, I come from Street Fighter. I know that those like Tekken and Street Fighter, those games are like more clouded. I even play Sparking Zero. I just feel like you shouldn't have to sit there for 5 to 10 minutes in a game that you know have players. And I'm not saying the game is dead. The matchmaking has been broken since the game has released, because it'll randomly it'll like kick you out of like a queue or something. Like, you will be sitting there and there's a point where you will not find matches at all. Like, that is a thing in this game where it'll randomly make it where you can't find matches. Like, you have to close the game and everything, or else you will not find a match, unless you want to sit there for an hour to find out if it's a glitch or not. But my problem is, this was going on when the game first came out. I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all pulled up to my first stream for this game, I couldn't find a match on a good connection. Like, for a long time, until I figured out I had to set it to like no restriction after some communication. So all I want to say is, if you're finding matches, that is cool. If you're finding good connections, I'm definitely glad that's happening. On my end though, it doesn't go like that. And yes, I'm going to also say this, I have been finding matches. There are just random times where there's random weeks where I can't find a match. Because if you've noticed, some uploads, I'll upload 5 days a week. I mean, not 5 days a week, but I'll upload like 4 videos in 1 week. And then out of nowhere, I can only upload like 2 times a week. And this is one of those weeks. This is one of those weeks. I had that week, like last week, I was uploading like crazy. And because I'm uploading every good fight. And then I'm talking over the ones that are whatever on the screen. And I understand that I hear anime games are garbage on release. I think every game is garbage on release until it gets patched up. Think about Street Fighter 5 and stuff like that. Tekken now. But y'all gotta understand, I am not like my first real learning in anime game outside of Fighters, I don't really count that though, was Sparking Zero. That was my first, like, let me put in the time and actually learn an anime game. Because I played Storm 4 as a kid and through COVID, but, like, I didn't learn it. I just played it with one person, which is my homie. Like, that's my only reason to play Storm. I'm not playing that online. I did play it online for, like, a week and play Storm Connections. It's fun. I just won't take it serious. But, yeah, I just want to address people telling me that I'm exaggerating stuff on stuff that doesn't happen on their end. Just because it doesn't happen to y'all doesn't mean it's not happening to me, because I was literally saying I can't find matches. I'm not telling other people that they can't find matches. I can. But there's also, I'm speaking for the people who are also agreeing with me that they can't find matches. That's who I'm also speaking for, because there's a lot of other people who agree with me. If you go to the comments on YouTube are different from the comments on Twitter. The Twitter comments do say that they can't find matches. They understand what's going on. And some people are also like, nah, I find matches, which is understandable. That's cool. But just wanted to get that out the way. I want to chop it up with y'all real quick about the whole matchmaking issue and what I tried to say on that one video. And yeah, and don't think that this is bad. I just want to see the game do good. I'm out. When Dragons confronted, breathes fire. Y'all be smooth and deuce.